Okay, so you want to sound like a natural when you're talking with your English-speaking friends.
Right.
Well, we're diving deep into this awesome guide. It's
Yeah.
packed with tips, and it goes way beyond basic vocab.
Oh, yeah, this one's all about unlocking those smooth, natural
Say
conversations.
slang,
Cracking jokes. Right,
confidence.
exactly.
We're going to break it all down for you.
It's really cool. What I love is how this guide goes even deeper than just learning phrases.
Oh, yeah.
It helps you understand why we say what we say. It's like,
Decoding the secret language.
exactly.
And it all starts even before you say a word.
Preparation is key.
So the guide talks about mastering those common phrases.
Sure.
And I get that, but it's not just about memorizing them like a robot, right?
No, no, no.
It's about when and why you use them.
Like, how's it going versus just, all right,
Yep.
Capricorns.
Shows you're actually interested.
Yeah. How's it going?
Yep.
Hey, I want to hear about your day.
Right. It's subtle, but it makes a huge difference. It's like saying, hey, I'm here, I'm present in this conversation.
And that's what the guide emphasizes a lot.
It's all about that connection.
You got it. And another thing the guide suggests,
Yeah.
immersing yourself in English media.
Okay, so not just for the vocab.
Right, not just for that.
Wait.
You're absorbing the natural rhythms.
The way we actually talk.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
watching TV shows,
Yeah.
YouTube, whether it's American English, British English, it all helps.
So training your ear like a musician would practice scales.
Perfect analogy.
The guide also says to focus on everyday vocabulary,
Makes sense.
like the stuff you actually use.
Totally.
But it specifically mentions flashcards, apps like Duolingo Memrise.
Yeah.
What do you think makes those tools so effective, especially for conversations?
I think it's all about context. You know, they're not just throwing words at you. They're showing you how to use them, you know, in real life scenarios.
Like ordering food.
Exactly. Or asking for directions.
It's like, okay, this is how you actually say it.
Exactly. You're learning how to use the words, not just memorize them.
So it's about making it stick.
Absolutely.
I also thought this tip was interesting.
Let's hear it.
Practice alone in front of a mirror.
Oh, yeah.
It might sound a little silly,
A little bit.
but it helps you get comfortable hearing yourself speaking English.
It's a confidence booster.
It really is.
The more comfortable you are with how the language sounds and flows,
Right.
the more natural you'll sound when you're actually talking to someone.
Takes away that fear of messing up.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've prepped, you're feeling good.
Ready to go.
Now, how do you actually start a conversation?
The big question.
The guide gets into some cultural stuff here,
Uh-huh.
especially with greetings.
Yes.
Americans.
Yeah.
They might be more casual.
Hey, what's up?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Brits tend to be a bit more formal.
Hey, how are you?
So how do you navigate that?
Well, I wouldn't get too hung up on the differences, you know?
Okay.
Most importantly, pay attention to your friends. How do they greet you?
Mirror them.
Exactly match their style, their energy.
It shows you're on the same page.
Shows you're paying attention, that you want to connect.
So being adaptable, reading the room.
Absolutely.
The guide also talks about the power of simple questions about things you both like.
Sure.
Like, what did you think of that movie? Or have you tried any new restaurants lately?
Those are great examples.
So why do those work so well?
Well, they create common ground.
Yeah.
You're showing your friends, hey, I'm interested in what you're interested in.
You're listening.
Right, and it gives them a chance to share their thoughts.
It's a two-way street.
You got it.
The guide also makes a point about discussing everyday topics.
The weather, the weekend plans.
Yeah, it even gives examples for American and British styles, like,
Such a nice day, isn't it?
we're lovely weather today, isn't it?
Exactly.
But it might get boring.
Well, not necessarily. I think of those as starting points.
Okay.
You comment on the weather, then you transition to something more personal. Like you could say, this weather is perfect for a picnic. Do you like going on picnics?
So using those everyday things to lead into something deeper
Exactly.
and to keep the conversation flowing.
Yeah.
Express your opinions.
Even if it's just a simple, I think it's great, or that sounds fun.
But what if you're still learning
Right.
and you're hesitant to express your opinion?
Yeah, I get that.
What would you say to them?
Start small. You know, you don't have to jump into a debate.
Okay.
Just agree or disagree with something your friend said and maybe add a quick because, you know, it's about building your confidence.
Now, one thing I really liked about this guide,
Yeah.
it acknowledges that you're going to make mistakes,
No, absolutely.
but it spins it in a positive way.
Everybody makes mistakes.
It says your friends will appreciate the effort and those mess-ups.
Yeah,
They're opportunities to learn.
totally. How cool is that?
It really takes the pressure off.
Right. No one's expecting perfection, especially not your friends.
They're on your team.
They want you to succeed.
So when you embrace those mistakes as part of the process,
It's freeing.
you can focus on connecting and communicating.
Rather than stressing over every grammar rule.
So it's about the bigger picture, having fun with it.
Totally.
And the guide emphasizes active listening.
Which makes sense.
Nodding, smiling, saying things like, really?
Yeah.
Or, that's interesting,
Right.
shows you're
That
present.
you're not just waiting for your turn to speak.
But for someone who isn't used to doing that, how can they get better at it?
I think it's all about being present. Put the phone away, make eye contact, and really focus on what your friend is saying. Try to feel what they're feeling and respond to that.
I like that.
If they're excited, be excited with them. If they're thoughtful, give them space.
So being in tune with the whole conversation.
Exactly.
It's more than just the words.
Way more.
The guide also had this tip about repeating phrases or sentences you hear. Might feel weird at first,
Maybe.
but I can see how it would help with pronunciation.
Totally. It's like you're shadowing a native speaker.
Training your tongue and your ear to work together.
Exactly. And as you get more comfortable, the guide suggests some long-term things you can do.
Oh, yeah.
Like what? Joining English groups, either in person or online.
Like meetups.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you think those are so helpful?
You're surrounded by English speakers. You're hearing it. You're using it constantly.
It's like a workout.
Exactly. You're exercising your conversational muscles.
The guide also mentions reading aloud.
Yeah.
Great for fluency and pronunciation.
Absolutely. What kind of stuff would you recommend?
Anything you like?
Really?
Books, articles, blog posts, whatever you find interesting.
The key is to enjoy it,
Make it fun.
so it doesn't feel like a chore. And, another tip?
Yeah.
Set achievable goals. Don't try to learn everything at once.
Bite-sized chunks.
Exactly. Maybe one week you focus on
I love that.
makes it less overwhelming.
And I think that's a great takeaway from this whole deep dive. Speaking English confidently with friends, it doesn't happen overnight.
It's a process.
It takes preparation, courage, and practice.
Couldn't agree more. It's all about progress, not perfection.
Yes.
Embrace the journey. Have fun with it. Don't be afraid to laugh at yourself along the way.
Laugh at those mistakes.
Exactly. And now I'd like to leave you with this.
Okay.
What's one small step you can take today to put these tips into action?
I love that.
Maybe it's watching a 5-minute English video or practicing a new greeting in the mirror.
Every little bit counts.